Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And today we have a special little update on Bitcoin, but I want to quickly say Merry Christmas to you all. It's been an amazing day for me. It's been a really fun day to watch crypto. And if we look at the Bitcoin price, things are still doing quite well as of this point. All right, 2 reasons why current frying pan bottom is extremely bullish for Bitcoin. Bitcoin bulls could be onto something splendid after price printed a bullish reversal pattern on Thursday, days after losing grip of the 53,000 and most key support. According to Matthew Hayland, a seasoned crypto technical and on-chain analyst, Bitcoin's price is slowly forging a pattern that could ignite a spirited bullish run once variance conditions are met. Referring to the figure below, he tweeted on Wednesday, bump and run reversal bottom continues to be in play as the frying pan bottom continues to form. According to him, Bitcoin's date with higher prices depends on price breaking and closing above the yellow resistance trend line, which will usher price into the run phase. Termed as a highly effective chart pattern, the bump and run reversal bottom, BARR, forms towards the end of a pullback, indicating the continuation of an existing larger trend. According to stats, the pattern has a low break-even failure rate and has proven to be pretty dependable when price breaks out. But that's not all. The pundit also brings to our attention some glaring on-chain insights showing that Bitcoin is on the path to recovery. So here we go. Now, before we actually read the most intricate parts of it all, guys, I want to know from you guys, are you holding Bitcoin? I usually ask people, are you holding XRP? And my honest question for today was going to be whether or not you actually ever believed that XRP at 589 was going to happen. Right here. This was the tweet that I wanted to give you guys right now. Did you ever believe in XRP at 589? But you can answer both of them. Most importantly, guys, let me know in the chat box right now or in the comment section it is because I'm not streaming. Do you actually hold Bitcoin or are you an altcoin only type of person? It's fun to see that contrast. Look at the comment section what other people are answering. It's pretty funny. All right. Bullish divergence by SOP indicator. For example, he shares a chart showing that the percentage of supply in profit in exchanges formed a bullish or a huge bullish divergence. And according to him, this divergence is a result of a reduction in the number of people in profit in comparison to what we saw in September. He, however, sees this as an highly indicative of a possible turnaround, as the price seems to have bottomed out and more people are buying at the asset's current levels. Matthew also shares a chart showing the 140-day gradient flipping positive in a situation similarly witnessed in October 2020, which was followed by a huge 189-day uptrend. When the 140-day delta gradient flips positive, it indicates an expected uptrend is in play for at least 140 days from the flip point, he says. Now, why is that happening? Well, old hands apparently are accumulating and are not letting go as the supply is basically getting less and less and less, which is what the next little article that we have is going to be about. Despite Bitcoin selling off after the price printed an all-time high in November, thanks to an avalanche of setbacks, data shared by Glassnode indicates that Bitcoin supply is moving from a liquid to an illiquid state at a rate of 100,000 BTC per month, which, guys, is important to understand. The more illiquid Bitcoin gets, the better that sort of is for altcoins, but also the stranger it becomes as a currency. As again, the appeal for Bitcoin once was to be the money of everything, but we finally noticed now, after a little while, that really Bitcoin as a money doesn't really work too much. It's mostly a store of value. And the less liquid it becomes, or the more illiquid it becomes, the more we start to notice that. And I think that's rather interesting in this sense as well, that we are really starting to notice it now with some severe steps. Is 100,000 Bitcoin per month is a really severe number right now. So I'm not exactly sure how that can be the case, but okay. Illiquid coins are those sent to an address with little history of spending and are generally associated with investor accumulation and bull market buyers, plus, of course, lost Bitcoin. But this does not mean that these Bitcoin are lost, right? It just means that these are sent not to these bigger exchange wallets or bigger seller or trader wallets or so. It's just to wallets that potentially have never transacted before in the past. All right, and are generally associated with investors' accumulation and bull market buyers. This has been ongoing for a while, despite exchanges facing a temporary rise in inflows in the past 1 month, which is believed to have ignited the sell-off. This, by the way, is generally speaking a bearish thing, as more inflows means more selling pressure, and that's obviously what they state here was the cause for a big sell-off. Remember though, guys, sell-offs in Bitcoin are usually nowadays sell-offs for altcoins too, but it doesn't have to stay that way. At one point or another, it's going to be that people sell their Bitcoin again for altcoins, which we call the altcoin season, which could be around the corner right now. Could really be here. That said, the dust seems to have settled for the crypto, with price printing bullish candles for 3 consecutive days, igniting hopes for a sustained bull run. At reporting time, Bitcoin is trading at about 50.918 thousand, with the daily stochastic oscillator exhibiting a decent recovery. Now, what we want to see, guys, and that's the complete truth, we want to see Bitcoin above $53,000 at the year's end. A lot of people are calling out for the monthly candle on its own, but fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on how you see it, is the same, right? Year's end, monthly close are the same thing. We want to see Bitcoin above 53,000 to continue on this bullish momentum. But look at this. There's only 1.3 million Bitcoin left circulating on these crypto exchanges, which is a ridiculously low number. 6.3% of total Bitcoin supply is left on exchange wallets, according to a new analysis by CryptoRank. Well, in glad tidings for an orange Christmas. By the way, guys, make sure you press that like button. I wish you a Merry Christmas. Make sure you wish each other a Merry Christmas in the comment section too, guys. Let's go. For an orange Christmas, Bitcoin supply is drying up to lows not seen for years. In a recent tweet by CryptoRank, just 6% of the total Bitcoin supply of 1.3 million Bitcoin is held on exchanges right now. This is also obviously due to many people thinking, well, we don't really need to keep our Bitcoin on exchange because we're not planning on selling as we're not in profit, which coincides with what we just saw right now. So we're going to keep it on our own little custody until we get to one of those points. But the decreasing supply is nothing new, trending down since the Bitcoin halving in 2020 when the Bitcoin block reward was cut in two. Bitcoin availability on exchanges followed suit, slowly trending down over the past year. Exchange wallets accounted for about 9.5% of Bitcoin supply in October 2020, just before the 2020 Christmas all-time highs, and 7.3% in July this year. The December 6.3% figure is the lowest recorded in 2021. Now, interestingly enough, Coinbase's Bitcoin wallet dominance is also slipping. The American exchange used to custody more Bitcoin than all other exchanges combined. Its dominance has slipped from 50.5% to 40.6% over the past year, as less and less people are starting to trust these exchanges. And even though I would say custodians might actually have the proper insurances, because that's the exact company formation, right? They're literally made to hold Bitcoin for you. I think more and more people start to understand the power of self-custody, and that's again why this number might be going down. That's again just my thought process. Now, the news follows a swath of positive price metrics that dovetail the price, the upward price action of Bitcoin. And first, the illiquid Bitcoin supply has iced over the winter, as the Bitcoin supply going from a liquid to an illiquid state is now over 100,000 Bitcoin per month, and it's kind of the same as we just read. In a sense, more Bitcoin is locked away in cold storage than the amount being mined right now, which means less and less in the supply. Glassnode, the on-chain analytics company, shared further bullish news regarding the exchange behavior. The 7-day moving average for Bitcoin's exchange inflow volume reached a 5-month low of only 1,000 or 9. I think this is actually, why did I say that? 1,000. I meant 1 million or 978.4 thousand Bitcoin, and has been trending down week on week. The exchange supply shortage may continue with less and less Bitcoin sent to exchanges. And furthermore, it's important to note that many retail investors and some companies store their Bitcoin on exchanges, indicating that the illiquid Bitcoin may be even lower. Some Bitcoin holders would leave the custody of their keys to the exchanges instead of taking a Bitcoin offline into cold storage. I personally like to, of course, keep all the money to myself, unless we're talking about money that I'm trading, which I'm, for example, doing over on Bybit. And by the way, guys, there's a link down below for Bybit. Check it out if you like trading, if you like leverage trading and whatnot. And also, guys, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done that yet, because at the end of the year here, we are trying to get to 140,000 subs. And with a little bit of help from you guys, that's definitely possible. So make sure you keep sharing this channel around, as I'm trying my best to make the most nice, fun, and profitable content for all of you. Unsurprisingly, the Binance CEO and founder CZ has encouraged the hot wallet practice, despite the best efforts of Bitcoiners like Anthony, or I thought his name was Anthony, Andreas Antonopoulos. Ensuring not your keys, not your Bitcoin is part of everyday Bitcoin mantra. As a result, while 1.3 million Bitcoin rests on exchanges, they may not be circulating and may in fact contribute to the illiquid supply. Nonetheless, despite calls for a Santa rally, Off the back of bullish analytics, the bears are not yet out of the woods. A tweet by Bull Run Investing using Glassnode data shows that 24.6% of all Bitcoin supply is sitting above the price of $47,000. It suggests that roughly a quarter of the Bitcoin bought at those price levels are currently underwater. If Bitcoin fails to make progress into the 50s, there may be fewer presidents under the tree tomorrow. And that would not be good. That would not be good at all. All right, guys, that was the little news for Bitcoin here. That's just the news I found, and it's really something to make you think, because the Bitcoin supply and everything that's happening with Bitcoin obviously is most important for our altcoins. And even if you're not holding Bitcoin, this type of news has consequences for you. Because if Bitcoin gets less liquid, this might be a really bullish influx for altcoins, as again, people are maybe going to start to head over there. It also makes me sometimes think about how Ethereum is going to flow because it's flowing in the footsteps of Bitcoin, and we're seeing right now that if you look at the actual numbers of, for example, the dominance, I should say, that we're seeing how Ethereum is slowly climbing up to the levels that Bitcoin has, and Bitcoin, of course, kind of coming down piece by piece by piece. And it's interesting to me to see if a flip is really about to happen as Ethereum just becomes more useful, more talked about, more everything, and Bitcoin becomes kind of obsolete. Or if Bitcoin is going to remain king forever, and even in this bull run, what are the other percentages going to look like for all these other altcoins? What is about to happen over the next couple of weeks? I'm interested, I'm watching, and you guys already know I'll be reporting on it live over on this channel. Hopefully you guys all enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you subscribe and press the like button, and I'll see you guys again in another crypto video later today.